Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Cherika Brown, of course. We're on another episode of Cherika Be Talking, cause I be talking. And on today's episode, we're gonna be talking about the Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson breakup. This is a topic I didn't really want to speak on because I didn't really think it was anything to speak on, but of course it's constantly coming up. So I figured I'll just make a video on lessons from this particular situation. Now, I did not really keep up with this couple because I'm not really a fan of, you know, just the celebrity couples or whatever. I saw them and I was just like, oh, I hope it works for them just for the sake of, no, as a woman, that's one thing I want to point out. As a woman, you never want to see another woman hurt because as women, we all have been through some form of heartbreak, some form of loss, some form of just, betrayal or anything of that sort. So I never understand women who will, cheat with the man or bash another woman, or because the person that I am internally, I don't have to know a woman. She don't have to be my friend for me to at least even respect myself. I know I don't want to see another woman hurting. So if I know that a man is taken, that man is off limits to me, regardless of, even if the girl is my quote unquote enemy. If he's in a relationship with that girl, I don't want him. And that's mainly because I respect myself and I'm second to no one. So every time people get caught in these scandals of cheating and they're in this public relationship, I just say shame on not only him as the man because he was the one that's supposed to be committed to this relationship, but also shame on any woman that decided to cheat with this man because y'all know for a fact that he's in a relationship with this woman because you know this woman. You know that their relationship is publicly displayed. Now, it's so many things to break down within this whole breakup situation just based off of the social media reactions. And one thing that I noticed is I do not like how, as black men, they come online and try to bash the woman and, clap for a cheater. We are too grown and we are at too big of an age to be clapping for a cheater. Like, oh, that's what she gets, city boys up. That stuff is so played out, y'all. If you don't know how to be committed or you don't want to be in a committed relationship, simply don't get into one. But also don't encourage other people to not be committed, to not be loyal, and to not be devoted. It's such a sad case because a lot of men that's doing this are men that probably just resent her for being the confident woman that she is, knowing that they couldn't have her if they truly wanted her. If she was in their facility, or if she was the girl that they went to high school with, typically she probably didn't choose them. So because of that, they're mad and they're angry and they just hate women for some reason. And it's really disheartening. It's heartbreaking to watch because we have to hold each other accountable. Whether you're somebody's friend or associate or you're just a stranger, it's time that we step up in our community and say right is right and wrong is wrong. And when somebody is wrong, we have to point that out and we have to make people feel bad about making bad decisions. There should be no reason that his lane behind, Klay Thompson, should be jumping on live in a car acting like he's just living this carefree life after he was just caught in a cheating scandal. For one, this girl has lost her mom. I think they said she lost her grandma, other people. I know people don't care nothing about that when they're cheating because cheating is a selfish act. To love somebody is a selfless thing to do. So when somebody cheat on you, they don't care nothing about your history. But at least be considerate of others. This girl has been through so much. That's why I truly hope that she finds true love, because some of us can't even wrap our mind around being able to navigate this cold world without our mother, a parent, let alone your mother, the person that you can go and cry to, the person that you came out of that wouldn't judge you for anything, that love you more than anything and truly has your best interests at heart. So it's like this woman is going through enough, and then she choose a man and she feel like she's found a piece of happiness just for him to betray her as well. And it happens all so often. That's why I also don't understand a few women that are clapping and laughing and all of those things too. They say some celebrity women putting laughing emojis on their stories and things of that sort. And I just feel like somebody else's pain is never a funny thing to me. Like I said, genuinely in my heart, there are women that I no longer talk to, that are no longer my friends, but I don't wish divorce, breakups, heartbreaks. I don't wish that on the next woman. I simply don't, because as a woman, I know how those things feel. I know how you have to navigate through those things behind the scenes, and you have to keep going because life keeps going. Life doesn't stop because your heart is broken. Life doesn't stop because you don't care this week or you just can't take this week. Like, life will keep going with or without you, and you have to honestly find your way back into, you have to keep going no matter what. And that's the sad part about it. Now, people were saying she cooked for his family and all of that. I'm not that invested in their relationship, like I was saying, so I don't know of those things. But that's things that women do when we're in love. When women fall in love with the man, we find ways to love them and show them, like, hey, I care about you. So you can't fault her for doing that. And I'm sure she doesn't regret doing those things, because when you're doing things out the kindness of your heart, and it's because you truly love a person, that person not getting over on you. They not making you, like, they didn't take advantage of you. When you're doing something for somebody because you truly love them, it's their loss always. And when I look at stuff, when they first got in a relationship, I was just like, that's weird. But I didn't know much about Klay Thompson other than him on the court. So I didn't know his personality or anything. When I heard him talk, I was just like, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's a match for real. And I'm like, I don't know if he's lustful or anything, but this may be a fantasy. And that's the sad reality of being a black woman, because as a black woman, sometimes we're very talented, we are shapely, and we're just it, we're something to look at, we're something to fantasize over. And whether you're Megan or not, like, yeah, she rap about a lot of sexual things or whatever, but as black women, we are sexualized. And that was the kind of red flag when I first saw the relationship, being that he is biracial. And most biracial kids end up with a white woman. If we being honest, when a mama is white, they end up with white. You have very few that will end up with a black woman. A lot of times when they do, the black woman just be black physically, but she may be very proper, or things like that. So when I saw them together, it was just kind of like, but you never know, I wasn't invested. I was just like, I hope this works out for her. She probably trying something different. But a lesson this is for every woman is to stop thinking that because a man is lame, he ain't still a man. Because I think most of the disappointment I saw in the comments I was reading was, oh, this corny end, we thought he was a Russell Wilson and this and that. It's like, he's still a man. I don't care how proper he talk, how lame he is. He's still a man. And if you look at him when he was probably in school, he probably didn't date women like Megan. It's because she's a superstar. Like, because she's a superstar, he a superstar, he figured, I'll give this a try because it's another notch in my belt. It's sad to say, but a lot of times we'll date a man and we probably not even his real type for real, but it's something, it's arm candy, or it's like fulfilling a fantasy, like I said. But this man know that he can't be monogamous before he even try to get in a relationship with you. But he know that he can't just pull a fast one on you. He can't just make you a situationship. He can't just make you a fling. So it's like, all I gotta do is say I'm her boyfriend until I decide I want to really show her who I am, and then I'll leave her. We'll probably go through a breakup. Like, men are very intentional. They know what they doing. And a cheater just gonna cheat because he wants to cheat. But I do want women to also just pay attention to the men that that have like a warped perception of the entire thing, that blames the woman for being cheated on, or blame the man if he's cheated on. Look at people's perception and start to clean up your social media. Unfollow these people that have mindsets and thought processes that are detrimental to our community. We don't need these people talking. We don't need them voicing their opinion. We don't need people that laugh at other people's pain. We don't need these people having platforms, because we got enough of the negativity in the world already. We need people that will spread positivity around, people that will spread light, people that are for relationships stand together, especially if no one is not cheating, if infidelity is not in the equation. We need people that promote family dynamics, that promote love, and just really taking care of a heart that you claim to be committed to. Because just where we are as a society is very sad. And also stop, like I always tell y'all, putting your faith and your hope into celebrity couples, because they are everyday people. If you strip them of their fame, following, and money, they just like you and me. When I am in the same room or facility as celebrities, I don't even feel a difference, because I look at these people as so regular, because we all go through the same life experiences. We all gonna end up in the same place, no matter how much money, one or two places we all gonna end up in, heaven or hell. But no matter how much money you have, how much status you have, you are not above being treated a certain way. Y'all saw that with Beyonce, with the Lemonade. Like, you see it with the highest caliber people that that everybody have been through a situation where people may have been cheated on or some infidelity has taken place. And that shows you that a man's issue is not, stop making the woman the issue. A man's issue is always internal when it comes to cheating, and a cheating woman, her issue is internal when it comes to it. It's all because people are broken, and people are lustful, and people are looking at corn, as y'all call it, PORN. People are looking at these videos, people are fantasizing, people are, so greedy, and they have so much access to things on social media, and there's so many people that lack self-respect and self-love, so it makes it easy for people to go out here and do whatever, whenever, with whoever, and it leaves a person that has true intentions just heartbroken and left distraught. And I think from just being a woman and being cheated on, people don't understand. Even the most confident woman, even if it don't tear our confidence, it takes a piece of us, because it destroys you in a sense that sometimes you can't believe that you trusted a person so much. Sometimes you trust a person with your life nearly, and when you find out that they took that for granted or they betray you, I don't care how tough you get on the internet and act like you are, if you keep going, or how much you distract yourself, at the end of the day, it hurts. It hurts, it's painful, and sometimes it could take a really long time to fully accept it and get over it. Because I think one thing I always can't wrap my mind around, like with breakups and everything, because I'm a genuine soul, I consider myself a genuine person, is the fact that you can go from completely being in love and caring about a person and willing to almost do any and everything for them, to the point where you feel like that person has turned to a person that just hates you and envy you. And the thought process is like, wow, was this person envious of me this entire time? Like, was this one-sided? You start to think of all the negatives, because a person can just flip the script on you. A person could just wake up and decide they feel differently. And that's the thing. Most people, and that's why people underestimate love, because they think, oh, love is just a feeling. But because I have... Hi, Cesar. Good, how are you? Great. Because I have truly loved, I know that love is more than a feeling. Because love is forgiveness. Love is sacrifice. You can't fall out of love when you've been in love, because that love is always there, even if it's underneath the surface, because of how a person has started to treat you. So just know that when a person can betray you and stand on it and, just move on with their life with ease and everything, it wasn't love on their end. And that's okay, because guess what? The good thing about love is that you can do it again. And courage is being able to love again and again and again and again until you get it right, until the love is equally yoked, until both parties feel the same love. Because love is immeasurable, but when you know. And certain things, and that's why I commend her for leaving as well, because people can talk down on her all you want, but it takes a strong woman to really be able to leave a cheater. Even if this wasn't the first time he cheated, like I said, everybody say they leave online, but in real life, a lot of people stay, and that staying be out of love. A lot of people say it's because you don't have self-love, but a lot of times people stay because of the love they have for the person, and they're looking at things so positively, and they see the potential and everything, until you just get fed up and realize, okay, they showed me who they are, and this is who they truly are, so I can't help but to love myself a little more and get on up out of there. So I really hope that she's able to heal and she's surrounded by true love during this time. And whatever demons he's battling with internally, I hope he deal with that and go and get a woman that's truly his type. Because I'm not going to get deep into that, but I have a different vision of a woman that he would really be with in my head. I don't really know what his exes or whatever look like, but one thing about me, I can look at a man and I could be like, oh, that's a good looking man, but I can know me and that man is not compatible. So when people normally say like, oh, he's cute, but he's not my type, I completely understand that, because I know I like who like me, and I'm naturally attracted to what likes me back. So when it's a man that I could tell me and him probably ain't there mentally together, they have a look. So I can say, oh, he's a handsome guy, but he's not the guy for me. That's why I can respect a man saying, oh, you're very beautiful, but I may not be that man's type. I understand that and I get that, because I believe in just being able on the surface level to look at people and tell, like, they can go together, they cannot go together. Like, it just makes sense in my brain. And to me, I wouldn't place those two together. So thankfully, she didn't waste too much of her time. She don't have a child with him or anything. And the beauty of it, she's still young. She got a lot of life to live. It's going to be harder for her because she is a woman of status. She got money. And when those things are in the picture, men can be gold diggers too. So they'll pick her just because of her status in life, which can be iffy. And I feel for celebrities all the time in that sense, because a lot of times they don't really find true love because it be about a come up or a business deal for some men. So I really hope that she's able to find, even if it's a regular man that just makes a good money or have a good living, like, I hope she's able to find that true love and someone that's willing to sacrifice and love like she is, and just make up for the things that she is lacking in her life, or the relationship she no longer have, because nobody can replace your mother, but a romantic love can give you some type of fulfillment that this cold world can't get you. And I think every woman deserves a faithful man, because faithful men do exist. There are men out here that do not cheat, and just because he got money, don't give him an excuse for that. There are men with money that do not cheat, because there are men that are not lustful, that aren't sitting around looking at corn, that aren't just having so many insecurities within themselves because of what they couldn't do or didn't have when they were younger, and now because they got money, they want to experiment and do everything and experience everything that they weren't able to do if they didn't have money. So yeah, I'm just wishing her happy healing, and y'all know I'll be back because I'll be talking. Peace.